Good evening. I am John Harris, principal at Tri-Valley High School. It is my pleasure to welcome you to today's virtual graduation ceremony. Please stand and reflect as you listen to the national anthem played by the Tri-Valley High School Band, followed by the Invocation by Lane Welker.
Please bow your heads with me. Dear Heavenly Father, I would like to thank you for allowing us all to be able to gather here together through this virtual graduation. Although it is not the way we all imagined our senior year to end or the graduation that we had all pictured, we praise you, Lord, for still allowing us to find a way to all be together and gather in your presence on this important day in our lives. We want to thank you for still showing us how sovereign and loving you are during these times, Lord. Thank you for giving us all the strength to persevere through these times, as this is just a roadblock in the path of our lives. We will come out stronger than ever from these hardships because we have you and your strength helping us through. I pray that you will bless all of us with faith and persistence as we all go into this next chapter of our lives. I pray that we may never lose sight of you and your perfect love. I know because of you, God, that we will all succeed in our future endeavors if we all follow you and keep you in the center of our lives. We remember our classmates, Camden James Ross, Celine Grace Wyatt, and Gavin McHale Morgan, who should be here with us today. I pray that you will give their families and loved ones strength during this time. Thank you for blessing us all with a unique senior year experience, and I pray that you will bless all of my fellow classmates in this next chapter of our lives. All glory be to you. Amen.
Thank you, Lane. It is my distinct honor to welcome you to the 54th Commencement at Tri-Valley High School. Tonight, we gather to bestow upon our seniors an important milestone in their lives. We appreciate your support of the class of 2020 over the past 13 years. At this time, we have 4 senior speakers. The first is Cameron McCullough, and her topic is responsibilities. Next is Maya Dixon, and her topic is choices. Followed by Adelaide Pitcock, and she will be speaking on perseverance. The fourth speaker is Caroline Holmes, and her topic is expectations.
Responsibility is being held accountable for one's actions and accepting control of one's life. This definition is concrete and gives us directions on how to become responsible. But responsibility is so much more than the simple definition. Responsibility is everything from remembering to brush your teeth in the morning, to paying your bills, to going to class, to remembering to feed your dog. Each and every one of us has small responsibilities and larger responsibilities, because assuming more responsibilities is a large part of growing up. These duties are added to our plates as we age, and we truly show our maturity when we accept complete control over our lives and duties and do great things with them. What is the first thing that you were ever responsible for? Was it a pet, a sibling, a specific chore at your house, or even just taking care of yourself? The first thing that comes to my mind is remembering to brush my hair and teeth, picking out my clothes, and packing a lunch for school as an elementary kid. All of these tasks had to happen at a young age for daily life to occur. And when I rebelled, I felt the consequences. Not brushing my hair led to more tangles and tears as they were brushed out. Not picking out clothes led to chaotic mornings, and not packing a lunch meant sharing food with friends or getting a peanut butter sandwich from the lunch line. When I chose to be irresponsible, there were consequences, and I felt them. The more we grow, the greater these consequences became. Middle school brought about new friends, a bigger school, and more independence. We went from taking classes with the same group of kids and the same 3 teachers to 7 classes and 7 teachers with different people and work associated with each of them. This change brought independence, but also put a greater sense of personal responsibility on our shoulders. We had to complete our schoolwork and learn to be organized, because no one was holding our hand anymore. We had to navigate complex relationships and keep in mind that our actions meant something and that we were in control. Mr. Kennedy drilled it into our memories that communication is the key to all relationships, and we were trusted with the responsibility to treat others with kindness and respect. The next big transition was navigating high school, bringing about more friends, schoolwork, sports, and even jobs. The increased expectations challenged us and shaped us into who we are today. Difficult AP and college credit classes, working jobs, balancing boyfriends and girlfriends with schoolwork, and having social lives showed us how to juggle our responsibilities while still having teenage fun. We were given the task to be good students, leaders, and people, and many of us thrived under this pressure. At 16, we were able to earn our driver's licenses and hold the responsibility of our lives and the lives of others in our hands. With great risk comes great reward, and we found freedom in our responsibility. By turning 18, we became civically responsible through voting, and this responsibility has allowed us to create change in our community and nation. Responsibility has allowed us to have voices and use them to express our opinions as we have found our way in this world. Responsibility can challenge us to become better versions of ourselves, and graduating high school is our next challenge. High school is not the end. It is merely a stepping stone or a launch pad to our futures. As we take charge of our futures, where we choose to go, and what we choose to do, we become responsible and accountable for our lives and futures. We accept responsibility for our actions and consequences. We become our own people, independent of our families and existing friends. We get the opportunity to be the people that we want to be. We choose our own actions and accept control as we become independent adults. We have shown that we are ready for this next step through continuous effort and our past actions. As we graduate high school, our responsibilities will continue to grow and become more significant. How we handle our responsibilities will have a lasting impact on our lives. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, in the long run, we shape our lives and we shape ourselves. This process never ends until we die. And the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibility. So choose wisely and choose greatness, because you have been capable all along. Thank you.
Born in the midst of a tragedy, and now here we are, graduating in the midst of a pandemic. There is no question that the class of 2020 has been faced with many choices that have shaped them into the people they are today. When we were babies, the terrorism attack on the Twin Towers was fresh in the minds of our parents. Many of them realized that they could choose to raise their children in fear or raise them to be strong and brave. It's clear that many parents chose the latter, and I believe that this shines through in many of our personalities. Fast forward to the first day of kindergarten. We chose our first friends, our first school outfit, and our first lunch table. They may seem like small choices to us now, but back then they were the biggest decisions we'd ever had to make. As we got older, we had more choices to make, and we all began to go in our own directions. In middle school, we got to try out for sports teams and choose which classes we wanted to take. Some of us chose to take high school credit classes, some of us chose art electives, some of us chose band, and some of us chose study halls. Although these choices aren't all that important in the grand scheme of life, they have helped shape us into the people we are today. When we got to high school, we were faced with a whole new set of choices and given more freedom than we'd ever had before. We were mixed in with 3 other classes of prospective friends. We got to completely personalize our schedule. We had to choose whether to prioritize our social life or school, and so much more. These choices were some of the most important we had to make, as they could have affected our futures at colleges and future jobs. An important lesson that we had to learn was that our choices have consequences.
If we chose to go out with friends instead of study, we might not do so well on a test or class. If we chose to pay attention in class rather than talk with friends, our grades would excel and we would be able to understand what was being taught. If we failed a class, we weren't able to participate in sports. These are just a few examples of the cause and effect relationship that our choices have. We also learned that sometimes the easy choice is not always the best choice. It's easier to watch Netflix instead of study, go to parties instead of go to bed early, or take easy classes instead of challenging ourselves. While these choices may be fun and easy at the time, they are not what is best for us or our futures. A little later in our high school career, we began to drive. This was one of our first signs that we were becoming adults. There is a unique set of choices that comes along with driving, as it affects your life as well as the lives of other people. We had to learn to choose to put our phones down while at the wheel, put our seatbelts on, and have a responsible number of people in our cars. Shortly after we began to drive, it was time to plan for our future. We could go on to college, get a part or full-time job, honor our country by joining the military, job shadow, learn a trade, or so many other paths. We have chosen to become nurses, cosmetologists, teachers, soldiers, welders, astronomers, diesel mechanics, surgeons, Marines, and so many other notable professions. I know that at one point we were all thinking, I'm 18 years old, how am I supposed to know what I want to do for the rest of my life? But somehow we all decided on the path we would take. And just like that, here we are, the class of 2020, graduating in the midst of a pandemic. This is not what we envisioned. We never imagined that we would have our last day of high school without knowing it. We didn't know that we wouldn't be able to come together at graduation. We had no idea that what we've been waiting for our whole lives could be taken away from us. There are so many things happening to us that we never envisioned, but I have some good news. We get to choose how we let this affect us. We have all laughed together, cried together, and remembered together. But one choice that we can't make together is how we let this affect us. We can choose to roll with the punches and accept that this isn't the end of the world. We can grow from this, get closer to our families, use this time to develop more study skills, and so much more. Or we have the choice to let this ruin our lives. We can dwell on this and never get past it. We can feel bad for ourselves and never move on. The way the future plays out is in your hands. What will you choose?
Think about the last time you picked up a book to read. Maybe the only reason you did was because your English teacher assigned it, and maybe you despised it, wondering how yet another author could be so terribly boring and outdated. Or maybe the book was for your entertainment, and it was a captivating and enthralling novel until the author outraged you when he or she committed a crime against literature by killing your favorite character or causing some other calamity to occur. Chances are, whether the book was too monotonous or contained a horrific event, you, as the reader, wanted nothing more than to just simply throw it aside, to skim through it, and to move on to more exciting, less dreadful experiences. Just like that chapter in the book, I'm sure that many of us wish we could do the same, given the events of the past weeks. Simply flip past this moment and move on to something more pleasant, something less horrific. However, our lives are not simply books that we can toss aside when we're tired of them, or when it seems as if they do not have any cheerful experiences left to offer. Like it or not, we can't skip chapters. That's not how life works. We're here to read every verse and meet every character. And even though these circumstances might not be the best part of the story of our lives, we can't rewrite the present. But what we can do is make ourselves the strongest and the most admirable character imaginable. One who does not let setbacks define them. one who does not wallow in regrets, but rather succeeds because of motivation and diligence. Because the measure of true character and what we will be remembered most for is not how many times we scored on a court or a field, we set a personal record, or aced a test, although those are brilliant achievements. We will be remembered for the times when we fell flat on our face. We missed a goal or a shot. We failed a test. We stared right into the eyes of failure and had the courage to stand back up in the midst of defeat and to train better, to study longer, and to become the best version of ourselves. And just like this present scenario, a preparation for the rest of our lives, it's not always going to be easy. We will have obstacles. We will have doubters. We will have mistakes, for there never was a great story without just that. But all we need to succeed is in the potential inside of us, our perseverance, our determination, and our ability to sacrifice to reach our goals. Our decisions and our attitudes have brought us to this moment, this crossroads, where we can be grateful for what has lied behind us, determined to seek what lies ahead of us, and knowledgeable of the power and the potential that lies within us. And so, fellow graduates, as the class of 2020, witnessing this historic moment, I challenge you to take control of your own story, to capture the present, to realize your potential to succeed in every moment following this, no matter what obstacles your story may contain, and to create more brilliant memories embedded within the chapters of our lives. This is the time when we can write and later read the most exhilarating story, one where we won't fall asleep of boredom and be empowered to overcome any setbacks. Throughout the rest of our lives, we will have to read things that we don't want to read. But there will also be times when we don't want the pages to end, but we all have to keep going. Stories keep the world revolving. Live yours. Don't miss out.
Well, this didn't go as planned. We expected today to be a traditional graduation ceremony. We expected to march in a line to the football field to the beat of the pomp and circumstance. We expected to see our families smiling and waving in the stands as they watched each one of us walk across the stage and receive a diploma. We expected to wear our caps and gowns with excitement and nostalgia as we spent one final moment together as a class. However, an unforeseen set of circumstances caused our expectations regarding graduation to change. Although this entire situation may be disheartening and upsetting to some of us, we can choose to view it as a blessing that prepares us for the truths and realities of the world. Unexpected change occurs often in life. As we progress through our individual journeys, we will learn that things do not always happen according to our plans. Life is funny that way, and oftentimes it is completely out of our control. It is how we react to unexpected change that makes all the difference. When we experience unanticipated failure or disappointment, and it's going to happen, we must harness the power of resilience. It is our individual responsibility to actively choose to learn from each experience instead of feeling sorry for ourselves or getting frustrated. We must pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and carry on. Many of us have expectations regarding our lives. Perhaps some of us expect to become successful doctors, lawyers, or business owners. Maybe others expect to travel the world, marry a high school sweetheart, or have careers as soldiers, sailors, or Marines. Others still might not be sure of what they want to do because this is all just happening too fast. In an ideal world, everyone's life expectations will be met or even exceeded. But life is neither easy nor fair, and sometimes you will face difficulties. When you reach a roadblock on the path to your goal, creatively think outside the box to overcome it. And, if that is not an option, you might choose to pursue something different. But changing the direction of your life is not necessarily failure. Remember to trust the process and continue to persevere when things get tough. And don't be afraid to set the bar high and chase your dreams. If you pursue your goals with fervor and commitment, then you will achieve anything that your heart desires. I will end with a poem. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. None of us expected our high school career to end this way, but we will always have a story to tell. Although the manner is unusual, we are nonetheless closing the era of our childhood years with positive attitudes and an optimistic hope for the future. Let it be remembered that the Tri-Valley High School Class of 2020 never quit. Thank you, and congratulations, classmates.
Thank you, ladies. At this time, Class President Audrey Spiker will present the class gift.
The Class of 2020 graciously donates the remaining class funds to be split among the following causes: the Lindsay Moore family, the Brian Merce family, and suicide prevention.
Thank you, Class of 2020, for the generous gift. Superintendent Mark Neal will now offer a few remarks to the Class of 2020.
Good evening. Congratulations to the graduates and the parents of the Class of 2020. The graduates before us this evening are the pinnacle of what any parent, teacher, or superintendent could hope for from a group of young people. These graduates have excelled academically. 48 of them have achieved a 25 or higher ACT. 16 of them have obtained a composite ACT score of 30 or higher. 2 of them have already earned associate degrees. Truly a remarkable achievement. They have excelled in extracurricular activities, and our Marching Scotties qualified for state competition for the 38th straight year this year. They have excelled at Mideast Career Center. Several Tri-Valley students were on track to be named the top students in their individual programs before the COVID-19 shutdown. Most of them have earned a professional license or a credential in their individual career pathway as well. And several Tri-Valley students are on track to complete their CDL license this summer as soon as the License Bureau opens back up as part of our truck driving partnership with Mideast Career Center. I'm also very proud of tonight's graduates who have already enlisted in the military. Additionally, tonight's graduates have earned over $500,000 in scholarships to further their training and education beyond high school. I wish each of you continued success as you transition to adulthood. I pray that you will be responsible, competent adults who continue to capitalize on the opportunities that the Lord has provided. I hope that you will always look favorably upon your experience at Tri-Valley Schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Neal. At this time, I would like to recognize Superintendent Mark Neal, Assistant Superintendent Jamie Campbell, Assistant Principal Adam Brenner, Assistant Principal Jared Heindel, Board members Eddie Brock, Susan Cameron, Scott Ford, Scott Welker, and Board President Martha Prince. Thank you for all your support and making a difference in our students' lives. This Memorial Day weekend, we would also like to recognize our veterans who have served this great nation. Thank you for your service. Another special group that I would like to thank is our teaching staff for their diligence and hard work educating the class of 2020. I would also like to give a special thank you to Lori McLaughlin and Ashley Lavallo, the senior class advisors. And lastly, on behalf of Tri-Valley Schools, I would like to thank you, the community, for the great support we receive at Tri-Valley. At this time, it is my honor to present to Superintendent Mark Neal and the Board of Education the class of 2020. These students have met both state and local requirements for graduation. The senior class officers will now call the roll.
Hunter Brian Alfman. Ernest Oliver Anderson. Madison May Carl Archer. Emma Claire Arnold. Evan Scott Arnold. Vanessa Marie Ashcraft. Ian Michael Awalt. Braden Andrew Quinn Baker. Jackson Robert Baker. Claire Maria Barnhart. Caden Lyric Bay. Daisy Maria Patricia Beal. Tracy Enrique Daniel Beal, Jr. Mason Keith Berry. Braden Joseph Better. Destiny Ann Berkheimer. Riley Joe Berkheimer. Guile James Bradshaw. William Sky Bryan. Kenzie Nicole Butcher. Clay Matthew Campbell. Owen Michael Campbell. Spencer James Campbell. Trey Austin Cannon. Vanessa Marie Chilcote. Rachel Marie Clapper. Mackenzie Dar Clark. Mariah Michelle Clark. Cameron Andrew Michael Colborn. Austin Joel Collins. Madeline K. Conkle. Michaela Ruthann Conklin. Spring Hazel Conklin. Jaden Rayanne Cooper. Chase Jordan Cox. Taylor Nicole Cox. Connor David Crabtree. Tyler James Crawford. Daniel Lee Cross, Jr. Brianna Lynn Darden. McKenna Nichelle Davis. Sadie Lee DeVore. Maya Marie Dixon. Bryce William Dovenbarger. Mason James Dunn. Chase Dalton Edwards. Harley Nicole Irwin. Matthew James Fitch III. Taylor Renee Florian. Caleb Jordan Fox. Cameron Ray Frew.
Nicholas Ross Frew. Kyler Drew Gabbard. Maya Elena Garbrandt. Montana Sky Guard. Mackenzie Adam Gee. Andrew Ryan Gleach. Eli Richard Green. Tyler Gregory Hammond. Braden Matthew Harney. Kaylee Lorene Harper. Ainsley Ann Hatfield. Bracan Melissa Hayhurst. Amber Jane Heil. Adriana Nicole Hernandez. Leanne Marie Herman. Dylan Leroy Hill. Dylan Isaiah Hines. Caroline Olivia Holmes. Kendall Elizabeth Howe. Emily Autumn Hutchison. Alex Christian Huey. Curtis Wilbur Huey. Skyly Regine Jacobs. Starley Renee Lynn Jacobs. Macy Lee Jordan. Tucker Jordan Journey. Mackenzie Nicole Yankee. Karina Ann Kane. Jarrett Allen Kennedy. Darlene Danger Kent-Tyson. Ellie Grace Kidwell. Kaylee Ann Marie Kildow. Alicia Madeline King. Gage Joseph King. Lauren Ray King. Jana Lynn Knutson. Cameron Lee Kreis. Brianna Michael Irene Lane. Cameron Lynn Latimer. Cade Michael Lemley. John Thomas Leonard. Skylar Wayne Lewis. Gabriella Ann Lindsay. Jordan Ashley Little. Dylan Lee Long. Karis Rebecca Lowers. Jack Robert Lyle. Serenity Joe Mallet. Kinzer Marie Manning. Alejandro Marin Duran. Angel Marin Duran III. Ethan Michael McCabe.
Tyler Oz McClellan. Cameron Ray McCullough. Tanner Shane McLaughlin. Alexis Ryan McNeil. Ryan David Meadows. Jasmine Michaela Meinstein. Brannon Duke Miller. Lucas James Miller. Caden Wesley Mills. Caleb Michael Minner. Brennan Andrew Mitchell. Brett Michael Moeller. Ava Marguerite Moore. Zariah Ann Moorhead. Brianna Marie Morris. Michael Roderick Murphy. Megan Alexis Myers. Mitchell Mills Nader. Trevor Eric Nybarger. David Eugene Newell, Jr. Brianna Elizabeth Norris. Ethan Thomas Drake Norris. Carly Paige O'Donnell. Jack Christopher Palco. Ryan Joseph Pasternak. Richard Gerald Painter. Brooke Ann Peterson. Adelaide Rose Pitcock. Colton Pearl Porter. Jacob Robert Priest. Faith Ariel Prouty. Lillian Grace Purvis. Quade Douglas Ray. Brandon Corey Reed. Dakota Robert Reed. Cassidy Cheyenne Rager. Benjamin Stephen Rice. Isaiah Michael Lee Rice. Dylan Matthew Richardson. Andrew William Richard. Mackenzie Dawn Reichert. Sean Glenn Reichert Jr. Justin Marshall Riggs Jr. Gabrielle Nicole Robinson. Bree Rayanne Ross. Carson Shea Ross. Maya Faith Marie Rush. Andrew King Rutherford. Braden Patrick Sanford. Michael Kenneth Science. Min Chow Nung Scott. Marissa Dawn Sees.
Haley Dawn Settles. Abigail Marie Shaw. Katie May Shulger. Colton Brian Shepard. Jasmine Marie Carol Simpson. Kenaniah Powell Sipe. Braden Michael Smith. Mackenzie Lynn Spellman. Anthony Gabriel Spiker. Audrey Nicole Spiker. Lily Marie Stackler. Lane Elizabeth Stanchion. Jensen Paul Stillwell. Alexis Cameron Strange. Madeline Gwen Street. Luke Andrew Swingle. Mason Leroy Swingle. Alexis Renee Teeter. Abby Catherine Thomas. Kendra Joanne Thomas. Noah Stephen Richard Thompson. Callista Rose Tippett. James Robert Tolasano.
Autumn Nicole Cheyenne Trexler. Joshua Riley Tucker. Adam Forrest Tayo. Seth Daniel Tyson. Brielle Jante Vernon. Robert Noel Wachter Francis. Dustin Anthony Watts. Kyle James Weeger. Lane Olivia Welker. Lauren Justine Wells. Emily Taylor Welsh. Brady Lee West. Jade Ashton White. Hayden Matthew Witt. Chimera Lanaya Williams. Dylan Lee Williams. Keaton Matthew Williams. Morgan Scott Williamson. Kyra Page Wise. Lydia Dawn Wise. Lindsay Chantel Wooford. Lauren Alexandra Wood. Madeline Marie Ann Wortman. JC Lillian Wright. Jared Michael Young. Kalijah Dawn Young. Seth Mitchell Zeman. Shelby Nicole Zimmerman.
Please enjoy the Alma Mater performed by the Tri-Valley High School Band. At this time, Audrey Spiker, Senior Class President, will lead the class of 2020 in the moving of the tassel. I present to you the Tri-Valley High School Class of 2020. Congratulations, thank you, and have a great Memorial Day weekend.